Something happens when you give your life over to Christ. When you completely surrender your life at His feet and you put yourself in the palm of His hand and say, God, whatever, whenever, however, with whoever, God, however you want to do it, He will start opening doors for you. Let me tell you, He will open doors for you. Over the past couple of months, it's just been kind of a blur. For so long, I have just cried out to God, God, please use me. God, however you want to use me, I want you to use me. And I have felt over the past, especially over the past year, I have felt so much growth. I feel like I've grown so much closer to God than I ever have. And I don't say that in a bragging way. I say that because I'm excited and I'm thrilled to death about the things that God has spoken to my heart, the things that He's been teaching me over this past year and over the years. And it's just crazy how sometimes we want things so bad and we want it to happen right now and not a minute sooner, not a minute later, I'm sorry. But we get so impatient. But what we don't realize is that God's timing is perfect. It may not happen the exact moment you want it to happen. It may not happen the way you want it to happen. Whatever it is in your life, whatever it is that you've been praying and asking God for, I just want to encourage you today to realize that it is in His timing and not ours. If a couple of years ago, I remember I was on the phone with my aunt, shout out to my Aunt Ivy. I was on the phone with her crying a couple of years ago, wanting so bad to be involved with ministry and women's ministry and speaking to women and speaking to young girls and I didn't understand why it wasn't happening. And I got so frustrated. And then God brings you to this place that you've just got to understand He's teaching you. He puts you through a transitional phase in your life where He's just teaching you. The whole time you're learning things, He's putting you through different things to grow you in your faith. And now, God's brought us to Florida and we're speaking into the lives of young people. We've got Daughters of the King. We're speaking into the lives of these women. God's connected me with people through my job. I overheard a conversation today. I was actually introduced to somebody today locally that they introduced me as a women's speaker. And hearing that for the first time, I hope I didn't freak him out with the look in my eyes, but God is doing something so crazy in my life right now, and it doesn't make sense. And reading the book, The Amos Paradigm, just is putting all this stuff into perspective, and I just feel like God is just taking things off, and He really does exceed the limits of time. We're so finite, our minds are just, we can't wrap around time, and time doesn't matter to Him. Whether He does it this moment the way that you expect Him to, or He goes above and beyond and He speeds up time in the spiritual sense to get things accomplished the way that He wants. He's going to do what He wants in your life. You just got to lay yourself at His feet, and you've got to be willing to be used in whatever capacity that He uses you in. And I just encourage you today to I say these things to brag on God because I'm just so excited at the things that He's doing in my life right now, and He just blows my mind. The moment that my mind is blown, He blows it again with His faithfulness and His goodness and just connections with people. And God is so good, and He loves you so much, and He wants to do the same things for you, but you've just got to lay your life, worked all day. Lay your life in the palm of His hand and let Him use you, because those are the times that He can mold you and make you into who He wants you to be. And He'll start opening doors like crazy for you that you won't even be able to imagine, because He will blow your mind. But I just encourage you today to just trust in God's timing, because His timing is so perfect and it is well worth the wait. Live life unscripted today.